Welcome to Sports Zone 247, your ultimate source for all things football. Stay up to date with the latest football news. Match highlights, transfer rumors, player updates, and in-depth analysis from top leagues around the world. Our first news is Transfer News Live, Arsenal's Eze timeline, Liverpool in Guehi boost, Isak and Hojlund latest. The opening weekend of Premier League matches has given plenty of teams a wake-up call when it comes to summer transfers. And now, as all 20 sides prepare to return to action, work is being done to get those last few deals over the line. Eberechi Eze has been a man in demand all summer, and the expiry of his release clause hasn't changed that one bit. Tottenham had looked to be in pole position to sign the England international, but Arsenal have now stolen a march. Reigning champions Liverpool have been among the busiest in the league, but they might not be done. Alexander Isak's statement on Tuesday night could accelerate a move to Anfield for the Newcastle star, while a move for Crystal Palace captain Mark Guehi remains possible. Unlike Liverpool and Arsenal, Manchester United made a losing start to the campaign. A new central midfielder could be on the cards, even if Carlos Baleba is out of their price range, while they could also rival Manchester City for goalkeeper Gianluigi Donnarumma. Newcastle agree personal terms for Strand Larsen. Newcastle are still in the hunt for a new striker as Alexander Isak continues to go on strike at St James Park amid Liverpool's bid to bring the Sweden striker to Anfield. The Magpies have already failed in attempts to sign Hugo Ekitike, Liam Delap and Benjamin Sesko this summer, while their bid to sign Brentford's Yoane Wissa have reached no conclusion. But now the Express and Star are reporting that Eddie Howe's side are pushing to sign Wolves forward Jørgen Strand Larsen. Though they would need around £60 million to pull off any deal. The 25-year-old scored an impressive 14 goals in the Premier League last season. The first step of the transfer has already been completed, the report says, with Newcastle already agreeing personal terms for the Norwegian. Arsenal's Eze timeline. Eberechi Eze is expected to undergo his Arsenal medical on Friday. Indications over the course of the week suggested he would play for Crystal Palace against Fredrikstad on Thursday night, but Mirror Football understands this is now no longer certain, though he is still set for a proper farewell from the Eagles players, staff and fans. According to the Standard, there is still hope the Gunners can register their new man by 12 p.m. on Friday, any later and he wouldn't be able to play against Leeds on Saturday. Our second news is what Liverpool did after making £100 million bid for Alexander Isak's Newcastle teammate. Liverpool's attempt to sign Alexander Isak isn't the first time they've faced pushback in the hunt for a Newcastle player, and history may repeat itself this summer. Liverpool will hope to succeed in their hunt to sign Newcastle's Alexander Isak, having failed to sign his £100 million teammate previously. The Reds reportedly wanted to lure Bruno Guimaraes to Anfield and had a gargantuan offer for him rejected long before raising interest in Isak. Arne Slot's side have already had an opening bid of £110 million for Isak turned down this summer. However, the Merseysiders haven't been fully deterred as Isak continues to insist on a move, adamant that he has played his last game for the Magpies. Jurgen Klopp was still in charge at Anfield in the summer of 2023 when Liverpool supposedly launched a £100 million move for Guimaraes. The midfielder was only 18 months into his tenure at Newcastle but attracted major interest after helping Eddie Howe's side finish fourth in the Premier League. However, Spanish newspaper AS reported the nine-figure bid was immediately rebuffed, causing Liverpool to back off and turn their attention elsewhere. Midfielders Alexis Mac Allister, Ryan Gravenberch and Wataru Endo were brought in from Brighton, Bayern Munich and Stuttgart, respectively, that summer. But with a little more than 1 week to go in the transfer window, there's a chance things may pan out differently with regards to Isak and Liverpool. Even if the move doesn't materialize this summer, there's a feeling Liverpool could come in to sign the forward in future after his bonds in the northeast have been broken. Unlike with Guimaraes, Liverpool don't have any other targets in mind and don't intend to give up the chase. The Reds are said to be hopeful of signing Isak even if a deal doesn't come to fruition this summer, despite already splashing out on Hugo Ekitike, who has made a bright start to his Anfield career with 2 goals from as many games. Isak released a statement earlier this week reiterating his desire to leave St James Park. The Swede highlighted the point that promises were broken by Newcastle, hinting at the alleged gentleman's agreement that he would be permitted to move this summer. Newcastle issued a swift response to that letter with a statement of their own, saying they were disappointed by their players' ongoing attempts to force an exit. The reply also insisted that no club official has ever forged an agreement that the player could leave this summer. The statement read, "As explained to Alex and his representatives, we must always take into consideration the best interests of Newcastle United, the team and our supporters in all decisions, and we have been clear that the conditions of a sale this summer have not transpired. Our last news is Alexander Isak, Harry Kane and Wayne Rooney examples can help find Newcastle solution. Alexander Isak is continuing to push for his Newcastle exit, and his recent statement may have left him with no way back, but the likes of Wayne Rooney and Harry Kane have recovered from such situations in the past. Alexander Isak is seemingly happy to burn bridges left, right and center in an effort to force his Newcastle exit. His latest shot came in the form of a statement, accusing Newcastle of broken promises. The Swede is currently refusing to train or play for the Magpies, making it known he's played his final game for them. All of that whilst his employers maintain he is not for sale despite Liverpool's well-publicized interest. Isak has claimed that promises were made and the club has known my position for a long time. His downing of tools has come as a huge shock given his status as a hero on Tyneside, his role in Newcastle's recent rise and the way he's come across so far during his time in England. Alan Shearer admits he didn't think Isak had this in him, as the player pulls out all the stops to get his way, despite having 3 years left on his deal. Reconciliation appears a long way away, perhaps even something that can no longer be achieved. Whilst the transfer market is open and Isak can get a way out, he'll continue to push, but if he's still at the club come September he may have to try and make amends. Especially with a World Cup to come this summer, coming back from such depths may seem light years away now, but it has been achieved. Just ask some of the Premier League's greatest ever forwards. Isak isn't the first, and won't be the last, major name to decide he's had enough. Only to realize playing for the club he was desperate to leave is his only hope. Rooney's U-turn. Another man who won over those wearing red was one Wayne Rooney. He took on Sir Alex Ferguson, having been frustrated by the lack of ambition being shown by Manchester United in the transfer market. He wanted to know who was going to be signed and when. Rooney had seen Carlos Tevez and Cristiano Ronaldo leave and was left firmly as the main man at Old Trafford. He spoke with major individuals at the club, but they did not give me any of the assurances I was seeking about the future squad, as Rooney made it clear he wouldn't sign a new deal back in 2010. Ferguson was frustrated by the matter and the Evertonian had to sit out whilst the initial anger came, which only amplified with talk of a move to Manchester City. 48 hours later though, and all was well. Rooney signed a new deal and vowed to do whatever he could to get the fans back on side. Welcome to Sports Zone 247, your ultimate source for all things football. Stay up to date with the latest football news. Match highlights, transfer rumors, player updates, and in-depth analysis from top leagues around the world.